Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Again, I'm happy to see you. Today I am going to be talking about a sensitive issue about how to look for job online and travel by yourself. You have to do it by yourself. How can you do it by yourself? Is it possible to do it by yourself? The answer is yes. I am a living testimony. I was in my country, Cameroon, and I didn't use any agency. I didn't use any body. I stayed in my house on my laptop, and I got a job online. Is it easy? The answer is no. But is it possible? The answer is yes. So I am here to give you my life story and hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Again, I'm happy to see you. Today I am going to be talking about a sensitive issue about how to look for job online and travel by yourself. You have to do it by yourself. How can you do it by yourself? Is it possible to do it by yourself? The answer is yes. I am a living testimony. I was in my country, Cameroon, and I didn't use any agency. I didn't use any body. I stayed in my house on my laptop, and I got a job online. Is it easy? The answer is no. But is it possible? The answer is yes. So I am here to give you my life story and the stress I passed through and the difficulties I passed through and the mistakes I made that I corrected, and then I had the job, and what you can do to be ahead of others. When these jobs online are being released, you have to understand that there are thousands of people applying with you. So you have to put yourself in a position where the recruiter have to see your CV in a different light. So all this will be said in this video. So like and share, subscribe to this channel because you're going to know something new today. Let me go straight to the point. The issue of what we are talking about today. We are talking about how I succeeded in my journey from my own country to abroad, particularly in the UK, how I got the job from my home. Do you have an internet connection? If that is your answer is yes, and then do you have a laptop? It's a yes. A phone can work, but there are some limitations because some forms can be filled on the phone. So sometimes you really do need to have a laptop. But if you don't have a laptop, you can always go to the cyber. If you have somebody, you don't have a laptop, you can always go to the cyber cafe. So the first question is, was it difficult? I've already answered that question. Yes, it's very difficult. I actually applied for more than 500 plus jobs from December to June, and within those times I got 3 jobs and I lose one, which was the first one. I will give you the reason later. And I had another one which I rejected because I have the one I had very right now. So the other question is, what about the fact that Cameroon is a red list? I am here to give you my life story and the stress I passed through and the difficulties I passed through and the mistakes I made that I corrected, and then I had the job, and what you can do to be ahead of others. When these jobs online are being released, you have to understand that there are thousands of people applying with you. So you have to put yourself in a position where you have to, the recruiter have to see your CV in a different light. So all this will be said in this video. So like and share, subscribe to this channel, because you're going to know something new today. Let me go straight to the point. The issue of what we are talking about today. We are talking about how I succeeded in my journey from my own country to abroad, particularly in the UK, how I got the job from my home. Do you have an internet connection? If that is your answer is yes, and then do you have a laptop? It's a yes. A phone can work, but there are some limitations because some forms can be filled on the phone. So sometimes you really do need to have a laptop. But if you don't have a laptop, you can always go to the cyber. If you have somebody, you don't have a laptop, you can always go to the cyber cafe. So the first question is, was it difficult? I've already answered that question. Yes, it's very difficult. I actually applied for more than 500 plus jobs from December to June, and within those times I got 3 jobs, and I lose one, which was the first one. I will give you the reason later. And I had another one which I rejected because I have the one I had very right now. So the other question is, what about the fact that Cameroon is a red list country? Being in a red list country is a great disadvantage. You can't apply through an agency. You know, when you are applying to a job, through an agency, the agency helps you to get the recruiters. The agency, they can get to the recruiters, and it's easy to connect the job seeker to the recruiter. But somebody from a red list country, you don't have that privilege to be connected to a recruiter. I've applied, I went to agencies, and when I just put my country, Cameroon, it will just be rejected. They say application cannot continue. So if you are from a red list country, is it possible? Yes. But through an agency, no. How is it possible? It is only possible if you apply directly to the companies involved, the bodies involved. If you apply to them, those who have hospitals, those who have care homes, those who have charity homes, those who have support homes. If you apply to them directly, you will have your job. So the difficulty is, you will go online, you will search for the jobs online. And if I was searching for a support work job and a care job and a healthcare assistant job, that is because I am in the medical field. I am a professional physician assistant. So I was seeking for a job as a carer, a senior carer, a health care assistant. I didn't mind, because I know here I can always improve myself to another level after some time. So it was not difficult for me to apply in those type of jobs. So if you are in another field, let me say an IT field, and you also want to apply for this, for a tier 2 visa with sponsorship, it is also very open for everybody. What I am trying to tell you is, it is possible for you to sit where you are and have the job without using anybody. You don't need to pay somebody to do it for you, or you pay an agency to do it for you, or you pay people around. But if you can afford it, okay, you can pay somebody to do it. I applied for 6 months, and the job search was very difficult. And for the first 3 months, I got the first acceptance letter. After many, it was just normal to get up in the morning and see your mail, and the mail will say, "I'm so sorry, unfortunately." It was a normal thing. So if you are searching for a job online, those messages should not come into you. The focus is, if you don't have it there, another person will get you the job, another person will love you. So that was the spirit. I have to continue in that spirit to be pushful, So when I got the first job, and those are the mistakes I made, I got the first job, the screening, the company actually needed 100 carers, and it was a big care home that has companies. It has many care homes in Manchester, it has it in London, it has it in Northern Ireland, it just has many. So they really wanted workers. So out of the 100 workers, 15,000 applicants applied. They needed 100, and I was among the ones, the first maybe 500 or 200 that was just that was screened. So they were screening. One thing that was on my CV that gave me an advantage is that my CV has a well-equipped experience. What is the secret? A secret is the people need to know you have been doing that type of job, and you have been doing it for long. So to be unique and to be different, you must prove to the employer that you are versed with care. Like in my own application, you are versed with hospital, you are versed with patients, you are versed. They need to know. So what made my CV stand out was my experience, because I have 15 years plus experience in healthcare. So it makes my CV a plus. But when I got a job, they were still supposed to screen some things. So they asked for English, which I did not have. They asked for what is that? They asked for TB, UKV. I didn't have. So after some stage of screening, they screened the first stage. I passed. The second stage I passed. Then the third stage I failed, and that was the reason I lose that one, because I didn't have English. So the important thing for you to know is, although the TB test stays only 6 months and expire, you just have to make up your mind to make a TB test that will be used only for job search, which means after 6 months, when you are going to the embassy, you may make another TB test just for your application if the one you have made first has expired. So you have to make up your mind, because that is what is cheaper. So I did the English, which took me a long time. While I was doing the English, I was also applying. I continued applying, getting no results. I became so furious, but I just have to continue pushing. I put more effort. The advantages that I also have is because I also understand there was a tool in the internet called Canva. That Canva helps me, because it helps me to make my CVs, it helps me to make my cover letter. Remember, a cover letter carries the company's name. Your CV may not carry the company's name, but your cover letter carries the company's name. So no two companies are taking the same cover letter. So Canva helps me to always learn. They always keep the electronic copy of my cover letter. So I will always go, I have cover letter for support worker, I have cover letter for care assistant worker, I have cover letter for senior carer, I have cover letter for healthcare assistant, I have cover letter for domiciliary. So whenever I am applying to each of any of those jobs I just mentioned, I will just take the company's name and I will put it on the cover letter, then I will modify it. So it gives me that place of not always writing cover letters from fresh. That's a tip for somebody who wants to search for a job. So even the CVs, you need to have the CVs of all the jobs you are searching for, because you as a health personnel, you have an advantage to apply to many types of jobs, because all covers the umbrella of health. So another thing that helped me is I made a call. Some of these companies, I have to start calling them. I have to put credit in my phone and start calling them. I had to do that call because it was so furious and very frustrating when you don't have results and it is almost 6 months. And one of the guess what? One of the companies I actually called actually gave me a respond. They gave me an interview. That was June. I started in December 2022, and December 2021, and I got a job June 2022. That's December, January, February, March, April, May, June. That's 7 months later, I got the job and I got an interview, that same interview. But one thing I have to say is one of these companies that I made a personal call for them, telling them my interest and telling them how to deliver submitted my CV, actually gave me the job. So you have to put yourself ahead. You have to put yourself ahead. So in a nutshell, you have to prepare yourself with all the tools necessary. What you have to put, you have to have CV, you have to have the TB, you have to have your English, you have to do all your cover letters have to be there for the type of jobs that you will meet. And there are some companies that don't have, there are some companies that they don't take your CV, but they actually give you a form to fill. Like the company I actually have my job through, they gave me a very big form. I have to go to their website, I have to download their form, I have to fill the downloaded form. So where they are talking about job description, work experience, and your previous work experience, where you have been working, it helps me because I will just go straight to Canva and I open my CV. It has the electronic copy and I will just copy all those positions and paste. It didn't make me I didn't stress. So one advantage you need to have is to have a driver's license. A driver's license here is very, very important because some of the workers you need to move like a domiciliary worker. You need to move from house to house, and sometimes the company will give you a car to move from house to house. Sometimes in some companies they have their car, and you as a carer, they will give you a car to either take a residence somewhere, or to shop for shopping or for church or wheresoever they are going to. So driver's license is very, very important. I didn't know how to drive, but when I started applying, I started learning driving. I learned driving for the 6-7 months that I was applying. By the 4th month, I was able to enter the streets of my country to drive. So I was already driving at home, although I was a young driver, but I knew how to drive. I went to a driving school to make myself equipped. So if you are looking for a job, make yourself adapt, make yourself the job description. If you see you don't have a driver's license, make yourself get the driver's license. If you don't have TV, have the TV. If you don't have experience, go to somewhere and get knowledge. Go and do voluntary. When you do voluntary in a hospital, you'll be well acquainted to how to care for a patient, because in interview, the people want to know whether you can do it. The way you answer, once somebody knows something, the way you answer a question during interview is different from somebody who is just cramming things online because they want to go and because they want to go for a job interview. They just go and cram things. But somebody who has been in the field knows what to say. So that is what they're actually looking. They are not looking for something great. They want to see the confidence. They want to see how you know how to do it. So getting acquainted to a hospital, if you are looking for a care job, or if you're looking for an IT job, go to an IT company, be a volunteer, know your job. Know what you are applying for, so that when they ask you some basic questions concerning your job, you will be able to answer. You will be surprised that they don't hear in the UK. Sometimes you come with my physician assistant that I've gone to school so much, nobody even care as to look my certificate, what it says. What they want to see is what I do, how I interact with people, with other workers. So with the last tip I will tell you is to subscribe to those who release jobs, like this channel. This is my own channel. I have been there, so I know how important is it to release jobs. Because when I was searching for jobs, this YouTube, there's a video I'm going to make and tell you the YouTube channels that helped me in my job interview, in my job search, in my English, everything. The YouTube helped me to prepare me for my job interview, for my English examination. Also, even how to register to the form, how to fill the embassy form, everything was from YouTube. There's a video coming. I will release a video very soon. Make sure you follow that video. So like and subscribe. Press on the notification bell so that when I release a new video, you will be able to see it the first person. And another tip I want to say it to another person: when you want to search a job, like if I release a job today, be the first to apply. Because sometimes, like from my own experience, I subscribe to many YouTube channels that release jobs. Sometimes if I see a job that has been 5 days, they have been released, it has made 5 days, I'll be discouraged, because I will see the viewers will be like 200,000 viewers. Out of those 200,000 viewers, 10,000 must have applied to that job. So be vigilant. When a job is released, when it is still few hours, it is still 1 day, still 2 days, apply, because many people have not yet applied. Be vigilant. Always be vigilant to look at the YouTube, whether the longevity of the video. If the video is already weeks, it is a job. That is when you will know that many people have applied. But if it is just a few minutes, 20 hours ago, released 20 hours ago, when that job, the link of the job is there, or the website of the job is on the screen, make sure you be the first to apply. Those are some of the secrets I have. Remember to subscribe. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your job